Hey everyone, this is Ansu Kamara. Welcome to my Glitch Generation series. This is one of 4 parts where I'll be going through how I make glitchy sounds for my tracks. In this part, I'll show you how to manifest glitchy chaos in the Vital VST. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, start with oscillator 1 and let's utilize a basic shape wave. Let's go with a square wave. Increase the number of unison voices. I'll go with 3, and turn up the unison detune slightly. Alright. Now we're going to automate the pitch of this oscillator. Come over to the random section on the bottom right. Set the mode to sample and hold, and drag this over to the oscillator 1 pitch. This is what it sounds like. It's automating the pitch randomly according to the tempo that's been set. There were some notes that were played that you probably didn't hear due to the human hearing range, so we're going to change that by turning the mix level down so all of the notes can be heard by the human ear. Much better. Let's make the automation happen a lot more frequently by changing the tempo. I personally prefer this or anything beyond that, like 1/32 or 1/64. If you pay attention to the fraction, the denominator determines how many times the automation will affect the pitch. In other words, the number of notes played in a bar. Let's move on to oscillator 2. We're going to utilize white noise for this oscillator. And yes, there is already a sampler that has white noise automatically, but you'll see why oscillator 2 is used instead. Okay, there's the white noise. Now that this is loaded, let's route this to filter 1. We're going to need that for later, and you'll see why. I'm going to select shepherd tone and we're going to automate it. Now there's a slight change on the waveform. It's more visible when you move the wavetable position and the spectral morph. Now we're going to automate both of those using LFO 1. Start with the shepherd tone first, and I'll set the tempo to 1/8. I'll turn this up a little bit. I'm now going to increase the spectral morph. Let's make this automation bipolar and max it out to -1. Neat. Now let's drag this over to the wavetable position as well and automate that. And have it just over 3/4 of the way filled. Did you see how fast the white noise was morphing? Aside from that, let's turn filter 1 on. For this, you could pretty much choose whatever shape you'd like, but for this demonstration, I'm going to use a low pass 24. Turn the resonance all the way up. Now we're going to automate the cutoff and make the filter move rapidly. We'll now use LFO2 and move the peak of the triangle over to the left, which is where the automation is going to start. Here we go. Drag this over. I'll move the filter shape back just a little bit. It's almost like a slowed down laser, but we're going to remove that effect by increasing the tempo of LFO2, and that will make the filter go crazy. This is also a preference, but I'm going to unlink oscillator 1 from the filter, and this is what the difference is. This is what it sounds like at 1/8. I'll switch it back and I'll show the difference again. Of course, you can tweak the volume and the oscillators to fit your preference, but I'll stick with direct out for the time being with oscillator 1. It's time to move on to the effects. Let's start with the phaser. Now we're going to change the tempo to somewhat mirror or match the tempo of the LFO. Okay, I think I'll leave it here. I'll turn the depth and the feedback up. And link LFO2 to the phaser blend slider. Let's make this bipolar as well. And max it all the way out. Then we get this. I'm going to make a slight adjustment to the depth and the feedback, just to fine tune it a little bit. Okay, that's good. Next, let's use the chorus. Let's turn the mix level down, so it's not 100% wet. Then reduce the voices to 8. And let's match the tempo of the phaser. For this sound, it's best to use the chorus to affect the higher frequencies, so let's move the filter spread over to the right. Now we've created a high pass curve. Let's compress this sound now. Multiband mode. Increase the attack and release. And turn the level down for the lows and turn it up for the band and high levels. Okay, finally, let's use an EQ. We're going to create a sweeping band automation, and I'll show you how. Both the gain and the cutoff will be automated, using this band peak. Use LFO1 and route this to the cutoff. Okay, let's expand the range of the automation further. Now we'll use LFO2 and we will automate the gain. Just got to fine tune this a bit as well. As you could see, the band of the EQ was both rising and dipping at a rapid rate. At last, the sound is completed. But there's a few extra things we need to do. Post-processing. Let's open up an EQ again. We'll only need bands 3 to 7. Create a high pass curve with band 3 and move it up to around 500 Hz. Create a dip with band 4 around 800 Hz. Raise band 6 to boost some high end. And lower the extreme highs with band 7. And you should get a shape like this. I also like to use a standard stereo enhancer and separate the signal up to around 80%. Last but not least, let's top it all off with a sound goodizer. Keep it on mode A and turn up the knob. Here's the sound with oscillator 1 linked to the filter, with the post-processing. Two new glitch loops. Thanks a lot for watching this third installment of the Glitch Generation series. Part 4 will be out sometime later this year. Comment your thoughts down below, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Glitches out!